My name is Malik. I am 30 years old, born under the blazing sun of Cairo, a city where ancient secrets lie buried beneath the endless sands. The streets here are alive with whispers of history, and the air smells of spices and dust. I am no ordinary man. I am an assassin, sworn to fight the shadows that threaten this fragile world. Years ago, my life was simple, until the day I found the hidden blade beneath the ruins of an old mosque. That day, my fate was sealed. I learned of a secret war between the Order of Assassins and their relentless enemies, the Templars, who seek control over mankind through power and fear. In the heart of Cairo, beneath the towering minarets and the endless bazaars, I met her, Layla. Her eyes held the mysteries of the desert, fierce and soft at the same time. She was a scholar, a keeper of forgotten knowledge, and the only soul who could understand the burden I carried. Our bond grew in the shadows, amidst ancient scrolls and moonlit rooftops. But love in times of war is a fragile treasure, easily shattered by betrayal and bloodshed. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the pyramids, Layla and I discovered a hidden chamber beneath the city. Within the hidden chamber, dust danced in the thin rays of fading sunlight. The walls were etched with ancient symbols, telling tales of forgotten kings and gods who once ruled the land. At the center lay a chest, locked tight, promising secrets and treasures beyond imagination. Layla's fingers trembled as she traced the carvings. "This place holds the power of our ancestors," she whispered. "If the Templars get hold of it, the balance of our world will shatter." I nodded, feeling the weight of our mission press heavier on my shoulders. We vowed to protect the chamber and its contents, knowing that many lives depended on it. Our nights became a dance of stealth and strategy. We moved through Cairo's labyrinthine alleys, striking down enemies who dared approach our secret. The city's glow was a stark contrast to the dark deeds unfolding beneath its surface. One night, under the veil of stars, we found ourselves atop the great citadel. Layla leaned against me, her breath warm in the cool desert air. "Malik," she said softly, "do you think there will ever be peace for us?" I looked at her, the flickering torchlight casting shadows across her face. "As long as I breathe, I will fight for that peace, and for you." The battle was far from over. The Templars, relentless and cunning, had sent their best hunters. We faced ambushes in the crowded souks, duels on rooftop edges, and moments when death felt certain. Yet through every trial, our bond only deepened. Love, like the desert rose, blossomed in the harshest conditions. Days turned into weeks, and the city of Cairo bore witness to our struggle. The heat of the sun was relentless, but the fire in our hearts burned brighter. Each secret we uncovered led to more questions, ancient riddles carved into stone, maps leading to hidden tombs, treasures whispered about in forgotten scrolls. One evening, Layla brought me to a secret oasis, a green jewel tucked away from the world's eyes. The palm trees swayed gently, and the water shimmered like liquid glass. We rested there, away from the chaos, letting the silence speak what words could not. As she sat beside me, her hand found mine. "Malik," she said, "there is a prophecy. It speaks of a great darkness that will fall upon this land, but also of two souls bound by fate who will rise to stop it." I tightened my grip on her hand. "Then we must be those souls. Together, our love became our strength, and the city our battleground." The final confrontation came under a blood-red moon. The Templars had discovered the chamber's location and marched on Cairo's heart with an army of mercenaries. The streets echoed with the clash of steel and cries of battle. I fought side by side with Layla, our blades moving in perfect harmony, a deadly dance woven by years of shared struggle. The air was thick with dust and the scent of burning wood. Amidst the chaos, we uncovered a hidden relic, a small, intricately carved statue said to hold the key to eternal balance. We knew it must be protected at all costs. The battle raged until dawn, and when the first light touched the pyramids, the Templars were defeated, driven back into the shadows. Exhausted, we stood on the rooftop overlooking the city. The sun rose, bathing Cairo in golden light. Layla leaned her head on my shoulder. "We did it," she whispered. I smiled, knowing this was only the beginning. After the battle, the city slowly began to heal, but the scars ran deep beneath its surface. The relic we protected held immense power, and we understood that it was more than a mere object. It was a symbol of hope, unity, and the delicate balance between light and shadow. Layla and I spent countless nights studying ancient texts in the dim glow of candlelight, uncovering secrets about the Order and their endless war. We learned that the true enemy was not just the Templars but the darkness within ourselves, the fear, the hatred, and the desire for control. One evening, as the Nile's gentle waves whispered below, Layla confided in me. "Malik, our love is our greatest weapon. It binds us, gives us purpose. Without it, we are lost." Her words echoed in my heart. I took her hand, feeling the strength of our connection. "Then we will face whatever comes, together." Our journey took us beyond Cairo's borders, into the deserts where ancient tombs lay hidden beneath endless dunes. We searched for other relics, fragments of a past long forgotten but still alive in the whispers of the wind. During one perilous expedition, we discovered a cavern filled with golden treasures, jewels, scrolls, and artifacts that shimmered with mystical light. But the greatest treasure was a crystal pendant, said to grant clarity of mind and courage to its bearer. As I held it, I felt a surge of hope. This pendant would guide us in the battles to come, a beacon in the darkest nights. Yet the Templars were relentless. Their shadow stretched far and wide, infiltrating the city's heart with spies and traitors. Each victory was met with new challenges, and every step forward was hard-won. Through it all, Layla and I remained steadfast. Our love, forged in the crucible of war and secrets, was a flame that refused to be extinguished. One night, under a canopy of stars, I vowed to her, "No matter what darkness comes, I will protect you. You are my light." She smiled softly, her eyes reflecting the endless desert sky. "And you are mine, Malik." Together, we prepared to face the future, unknown, perilous, but full of hope. The weeks that followed were filled with whispers of rebellion and the gathering of allies. Word spread through Cairo's winding streets and shadowy corners, stories of the assassin and the scholar who dared to challenge the Templar order. We trained tirelessly, honing our skills for the battles that loomed ahead. Layla mastered the art of stealth and ancient languages, unlocking secrets from dusty tomes. I refined my blade work, learning to move like the wind, silent, swift, and deadly. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the pyramids, we found a scroll that spoke of a final key, a powerful artifact capable of ending the conflict once and for all. It was hidden deep within the Valley of the Kings, guarded by traps and curses designed to deter even the bravest. We knew the journey would be perilous, but with Layla by my side, I felt invincible. The desert journey was brutal. Scorching days and freezing nights tested our endurance. We faced sandstorms that blinded us, scorpions that stung without warning, and the ever-present threat of Templar scouts lurking in the dunes. But our love was a sanctuary amid the harshness. Each night, under a blanket of stars, we shared stories, dreams, and silent promises. Layla's laughter was a balm to my soul, a reminder of all worth fighting for. Finally, we reached the Valley of the Kings. The tombs loomed like silent sentinels, guarding their secrets with ancient magic. Inside one, we discovered the final key, a golden ankh adorned with precious gems, glowing faintly with otherworldly light. As I grasped it, a vision filled my mind, of a future where light overcame darkness, where love triumphed over hatred. Our mission was clear, but the Templars were not finished. A final ambush awaited us at the valley's edge. The battle was fierce and desperate. Blades clashed, arrows flew, and the sands drank the blood of many. In the end, we emerged victorious, but not without sacrifice. Layla, wounded and weary, looked at me with tears in her eyes. "This is our destiny, Malik," she said. "To protect the light." I nodded, holding her close. Together, forever. As dawn broke over Egypt's ancient land, we knew our fight would continue, but so would our love, a beacon shining through the ages. Years passed, yet the echoes of our struggle never faded. Cairo changed. Its streets grew busier, its markets louder, but beneath the surface, the silent war continued. The relics we safeguarded remained hidden, their secrets safe for now. Layla and I became legends whispered in the wind, the guardians of the lost light. We trained new seekers, passing down the knowledge and the courage needed to stand against the shadows. Our love deepened with time, tempered by trials and triumphs alike. It was no longer just a flame but an eternal fire that warmed even the coldest nights. One evening, while walking along the banks of the Nile, Layla stopped and gazed at the water. "Malik," she said softly, "our story is not just about battles and secrets. It's about the moments between, the quiet, the laughter, the hope." I smiled, taking her hand. "Yes, and those moments make the fight worthwhile." We sat beneath the stars, watching as the city lights flickered like fireflies. The future was uncertain, but with her beside me, I feared nothing. Then, a messenger arrived, a scroll sealed with the ancient symbol of the Order. The war was far from over. New threats emerged from distant lands, and the relics called to us once more. But we were ready. Together, we would face the darkness again. Not just as warriors, but as lovers, guardians, and hope for a better tomorrow. And so, beneath the eternal Egyptian sky, our journey continued. An endless dance of light and shadow, love and sacrifice, memory and destiny. The night air was thick with the scent of jasmine and the distant melody of an oud playing softly somewhere in the winding streets of Cairo. Layla and I stood atop the citadel's highest tower, gazing over the city that had become our home and battleground. "I feel the weight of the past and future," she murmured, her voice barely above the wind. "The relics, the Order, our legacy, it all hangs like a delicate thread, ready to snap." I tightened my grip on her hand. "Then we will hold that thread together. No matter what comes." In the days that followed, our quest led us beyond the familiar streets to the outskirts of Egypt. Ancient temples swallowed by the desert, their stones etched with forgotten runes. Each step felt heavier, as if the sands themselves whispered warnings. We discovered a hidden chamber beneath the Temple of Karnak, where an ancient artifact pulsed with a strange energy. It was the Eye of Horus, said to grant vision beyond the mortal realm. With reverence, Layla traced her fingers over its surface. This could change everything, but the Templars were closer than ever. A fierce battle erupted within the temple's shadowed halls. Torches flared, steel rang against steel, and cries echoed through the corridors. In the chaos, Layla was thrown against a pillar. Blood trickled from a cut on her forehead, but her eyes shone fiercely. I fought with every ounce of strength, protecting her as if my life depended on it, because it did. When the dust settled, we stood victorious but exhausted. The Eye of Horus was ours, yet the cost was clear. The days grew hotter, and the desert winds carried whispers of ancient secrets. With the Eye of Horus in our possession, Layla and I felt a surge of hope, but also a looming sense of danger. The artifact's power was immense, and we knew the Order would stop at nothing to reclaim it. Our path led us to the bustling markets of Khan el-Khalili, where hidden among the vibrant stalls and the scent of spices, we met an old sage named Hassan. His eyes gleamed with wisdom, and his voice was soft but commanding. "The eye reveals what is hidden, but it also awakens what should remain asleep," he warned. "To control it, you must understand the balance between light and shadow, between love and sacrifice." Hassan guided us to a secret chamber beneath the city, a place where the past and future converged. Here, ancient scrolls and relics told stories of a prophecy, a chosen pair who would either save or doom the world. As we studied the texts, the weight of destiny pressed upon us. Were we the ones foretold? Could our love truly change the course of history? Our journey took us to the forgotten catacombs beneath the city, labyrinthine tunnels where the walls whispered of ancient sorrows and hidden truths. Here, among the dust and shadows, we uncovered fragments of a lost history, scrolls that spoke of an ancient pact and a betrayal that had shattered peace centuries ago. As we pieced together the story, a sense of urgency grew. The Order was regrouping, gathering strength from the darkest corners of the world, preparing to seize control once again. One evening, as the city lights flickered like stars below, Layla revealed a secret she had kept hidden, her lineage traced back to the ancient guardians who once protected the relics. Her blood was tied to the land, to the power we sought to protect. The final battle loomed on the horizon, a clash that would decide the fate of not just Cairo, but the balance of light and shadow across the world. In the quiet moments before the storm, we stood on the rooftop of an ancient palace, the wind carrying the distant call of prayer and the murmur of the Nile. As the first stars appeared, we prepared to face the darkness together, united by love, guided by destiny, and ready to fight for a world where light would always find a way to shine. The night before the final battle was unlike any other. The city of Cairo seemed to hold its breath, the usual clamor hushed as if the world itself awaited what was to come. As the moon rose high, casting silvery light over us, we spoke of dreams, of a future free from the chains of the past. The battles, the secrets, the sacrifices, they all seemed distant for a moment, replaced by a simple hope. But dawn would bring war. The next day, we found ourselves at the gates of the ancient fortress, where the final confrontation awaited. The Order's forces lined the battlements, their eyes cold and determined. Yet, standing beside Layla, I felt an unshakable strength. Steel clashed, arrows whistled through the air, and the cries of battle echoed across the stone walls. Amidst the chaos, Layla and I moved as one, our blades dancing, our hearts beating in unison. In the midst of the fight, I saw her fall. A sharp blade had pierced her side, crimson blooming against her white tunic. Panic surged through me, but she grasped my arm with fierce determination. "Fight," she urged. "For us. For tomorrow." With renewed fury, I pressed forward, breaking through the enemy lines. The fight was brutal, but the knowledge that our love was a beacon in the darkness drove me onward. When silence finally fell, the battlefield was strewn with the fallen. The Order was broken, their ambitions crushed. As the sun set over Cairo, painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson, we knew our fight had ended, not just the war, but the long journey of our souls. Together, we would build a new dawn. Days passed like gentle waves washing over the shores of the Nile. Cairo began to breathe anew. The markets filled with laughter, the call to prayer echoed with renewed hope, and the ancient city seemed to embrace its destiny once again. Layla's wound healed slowly, but each day her strength returned, fueled by our shared will to protect the fragile peace we had won. In those quiet moments, away from the shadows of war, we discovered the true treasure hidden beneath the chaos, our love. It was a bond forged not just by shared battles, but by countless stolen glances beneath the desert stars, soft touches in hidden corners of the city, and whispered promises that outlasted the fiercest storms. One evening, on the balcony of our sanctuary overlooking the bustling city, Layla traced the lines of my face with tender fingers. "Malik," she said softly, "the past will always linger, but together we create a future. One written not by fate, but by our own hands." I smiled, pulling her close. Our story is just beginning. Beneath the glow of lanterns, with the scent of jasmine in the air, we vowed to protect not only the relics and secrets but each other, forever. The mysteries of Cairo would endure, but so would our love, a light shining through the ages. Did you like the story? Click like, subscribe to the channel, and write a comment with your ideas for new stories. Thank you for watching and practicing English with me. See you in the next video.